Okay, so if you are not being nominated, you can just go ahead and introduce yourself. I think some people are still not able to connect with us, even though they are on the call. So any of you can just introduce yourself, unless maybe.
Okay.
Hello, everyone.
My name is
Hello.
Hussein. Sorry for the profile name. Actually, I am
That's fine.
a computer engineer.
Okay, nice. Nice to have you here. Okay, so it's 15 minutes past 10. And if you have not introduced yourself, please go ahead and introduce yourself before we start the activity for the day.
Hi, everyone. My name is Zita, and I'm located at Kaswa. I'm part of the GOIV team. Nice to meet you all.
Nice, nice to have you. And I see Khadija, you have not spoken yet. Okay, so looks like everyone has spoken. Or if, okay, yeah, we can hear you.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah, Khadija, we can hear you.
Okay, so I'm in the person of Khadija. I'm also a professional teacher.
Okay,
I'll
good.
be the one in
Great. All right. So we could hear you even though it was breaking. So yeah. And then I think we are set and good to go. So welcome again. I know most of us are aware of this meeting. We are here to introduce participants to Wikipedia and Wikidata. And we'll also talk more on Dagbani Wikipedia, which will be our main focus for this project. I want to believe that most of us are familiar with our community, and I'm sure that if you are a new member here, you don't know what is going on, just let me know so I can just take you through. Otherwise, I will assume that all of us have an idea of what we are doing because we've been communicating on the group. We know what is at stake and we know what is going to happen today. If you have no idea and you want to know more, please let me know. Otherwise, go straight to Wikipedia. I would like to share my screen, but before that, is there anyone here who doesn't know what Wikipedia is in general? We intend to do this in 30 minutes. So we are starting at 10:18. If you know something little about Wikipedia or you are totally new to Wikipedia, so I assume that all of us have used Wikipedia in one way or the other, or we have at least made some little contribution to Wikipedia. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. Okay, so can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. So we all know that Wikipedia is an online encyclopedia, and it is widely used by so many people around the world, and is available in so many languages. As a matter of fact, Wikipedia is available in about 300 or more languages worldwide. And we have other languages from Ghana. We have Dagbani Wikipedia, Tree Wikipedia, and other local languages Wikipedias. So Wikipedia, as it is an online encyclopedia where everyone from anywhere can contribute any information, topics like regarding human beings, places, animals, virtually almost everything you can write on Wikipedia. And it's a safe place where people bring their ideas on board, and there are policies and guidelines that helps the community or volunteers to be able to contribute to Wikipedia and make it more useful to the whole world. So Wikipedia has its own policies and guidelines. We have something we call the 5 Wikipedia guidelines, where every one of us is supposed to know. We need to, before we start contributing to Wikipedia, we should take our time to go through and understand what the guidelines. We have the 5 pillars of Wikipedia. We have something we call referencing. When you are writing articles on Wikipedia, you should be able to verify the information by using references from trusted sources. For referencing, you can use online journals, you can use websites, provided they are trusted. You can use books, you can use magazines to to cite your articles. So basically, without these things, you will not be able to edit or contribute to Wikipedia if you don't adhere to these policies. So for the 5 pillars of Wikipedia, we have what we call writing from a neutral point of view. Oh, I'm not sharing my screen. Sorry, let me share my screen right now. Okay, can you all see my screen? Okay. So if you can see my screen, as I mentioned, we have the 5 pillars of Wikipedia. Someone is talking. Please unmute yourself if you have a question. Otherwise, just turn your mic off. We call writing from a neutral point of view. It means when you are writing on Wikipedia, you have to pay attention to the kind of the choice of words, the sentences you construct, and you make sure that you are writing from a neutral point of view. Neutral point of view means you are not writing in favor of someone or you are writing against someone. So you structure your article in a neutral point of view so that people will know that you are saying it as it is without being biased or against someone or supporting someone. For example, if you are, let's say, a political person and you are writing against or you are writing about someone who is your opponent, you may want to write things that would not be, good about the person or the party. For Wikipedia, we don't do that. We don't go there to write anything. That's why you cannot write about yourself. Make sure that whatever you are writing, it is in line with the policies in order for your article to be accepted or your edit to be accepted. So writing from a neutral point of view is very important. And the next thing you would want to pay attention to is Wikipedia is free content that anyone can edit and distribute. As I said, no one owns Wikipedia. It is the sum of all human knowledge. Everybody comes there to contribute their, like, what they know, topic they know, information they have onto the platform. So no one owns Wikipedia. It's for everyone. and it can be edited by anyone. But if we say it can be edited by anyone from anywhere, it is not just anybody or anyone from anywhere, but people who adhere to their policies, those who know the guidelines and are able to comply. So that is one of the other important things that you may want to know with regards to Wikipedia. Wikipedia editors should treat each other with respect and civility. So as I said, it's a very big community. There are so many people you meet on your way, hundreds and thousands of people from all over the world. So we consider ourselves like a community where we respect each other, we support each other, and we, build consensus on Wikipedia. So as you are joining, you should know that this is an open community. You can learn from so many people from diverse backgrounds. You can share any information with people so other people can benefit. And at the same time, you can collaborate to make the platform better, which is mostly important for all of us. At the end of the day, we are looking at the essence and the importance of editing and making knowledge available for everyone. And then another important thing is Wikipedia has no firm rules. Because it's a platform, an open platform where a lot of people are expected to be writing articles or contributing to the platform, it doesn't have like strict rules. It doesn't have firm rules. You don't need to go and do some level of like an intensive research to be able to edit Wikipedia. No, every little thing you feel is important to contribute to, whether it's an existing article or a topic that you come out with, or you just want to write about somebody or a place. There's no firm rules. You don't have to abide to so many policies aside from the policies that I'm just outlining here. No original research is needed for writing on Wikipedia. So this is what I would like to say about the 5 pillars of Wikipedia. If you have any question at this point, I'll be happy to take it. Any question so far?
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you.
My question is on, let's say a particular media house carry out a news article, and then you probably the story is very good, and then you want to translate it into Dagbani, or you want to write it in Dagbani and publish. Is it possible to do that and publish it on Wikimedia?
Okay, so we will get to the Dagbani Wikipedia, but I understand your question. You cannot directly translate a content from a media house or any publication, journal, or wherever you get the information from. You cannot translate everything onto Wikipedia, either Dagbani or any other language Wikipedia. But what you can do is you can write it from your own words. So if the article is talking about someone's like career, and you have to write it and use that source you got that information from as a reference. I don't know if you are getting, but you cannot directly copy or translate it directly onto Wikipedia.
That's what I mean. Like there is let's probably on elections. Then you want to talk about elections in Dagbani on the Wikimedia. Like people carbon na sabla kama people can na kada no kana kami bobo na sabla in Dagbani. Quite apart from ben sabla silman carbon na sabla Dagbani in lab na pool. Is it possible? La kan boharma. Kad direct kayan calling at Zangsong.
Anto sable. Then they never direct Anto sable. So I'm sorry, forgive me, because this particular program is for the Gombes. Most of you are the Gombes, and we speak Dagbani language, but because it's English Wikipedia, that's why I'm just following the English. When we get to right after here, we now speak Dagbani so that all of you benefit. I was told
No
that
problem.
it is important for us to be speaking Dagbani whilst we are editing Dagbani Wikipedia. So sorry for that, but I hope
No.
you have been answered. You can write
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
you can write it once you are not copying and pasting or translating directly to the platform. Thank you. So any
Okay.
other question on the pillars of Wikipedia? 5 pillars of Wikipedia. Do you have any other question? No question? Okay. So we will definitely do a demonstration of how to create an article from scratch. But I just want us to understand the concept. And because most of the online workshops doesn't favor some of us because of our locations, we have challenges with data. I am going to just highlight the most important things. And then I'll try my best to do short videos on each topic we'll be highlighting here. Khadija, Idris, looks like some people are on the gate. Kindly assist me by admitting them. Yeah. So, how many of us have accounts, Wikipedia accounts already? If you have an account, please let me know. If you don't, we can help you.
I have an account.
Okay, all right. So I assume that all of us have our Wikipedia accounts. So writing an article on Wikipedia, I'll also send you some of these resources.
Hello,
so that,
hello.
Yeah, hello.
Please, I don't have an account yet. I sent a message on the chat box, but no one replied me.
You sent it today?
Yeah, just
Okay,
this
sorry.
morning. I said
Sorry
I don't
about
have
that.
an
We'll
account.
attend to that. Sorry.
All right, thank you.
Oh, okay, okay. So we'll do that for you. We'll do that for you. So because of the time and challenges with internet, we just want to go straight to the features of Wikipedia. So you'll be hearing more about references on Wikipedia. You'll be hearing more about paragraphing. You'll be hearing more about um, edit source and visual editor, or visual editing and editing, visual editing and source editing. So there are two ways you can edit Wikipedia. We have the visual editing and the source editing. You'll be hearing more about that. And Khadija, I don't know if you are ready. So we'll go straight whilst we demonstrate. We can be taking them through some of the key things they will need to know on starting a new article on Wikipedia. Khadija. Oh, she's not on. Okay. So if you have any question again, you can ask when we start the practical hands-on. And as you may be aware, we'll be talking about Dagbani Wikipedia as well. We'll be talking about Wikidata. So please stay on. There's so much to learn from this program. Hello, Khadija, are you in?
Yes, I'm in.
Okay. So we have just gone through the introduction to Wikipedia and we would like to start the article creation. So people
Okay.
can see, yeah. So if you are ready, you can share your screen. Let me stop sharing my screen.
Okay.
All right.
Um, so I think you've already gone through the rules for creating articles on Wikipedia.
Yeah.
Okay, just a
Yes.
minute. So I'll use Alasan Yaya saying for the demo.
Okay. All right. Are you doing English or Dagbani?
I'm doing for English.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. So I'll do the Dagbani.
Okay. So this is the contest landing page for the Minority Achiever contest. So I'll just go through, and this is the person I want to work on. So I'll just have to copy his name from here.
Excuse me, Adija. I don't know if I'm the only person seeing it. It looks like it's very blurred.
Yes, it's very blurred. It's not
My
clear.
screen.
Yes, your screen
Yes.
is very
Oh,
blurred.
sorry. I think that's the network.
Oh, it's black.
Um,
It's
okay,
very blurred. We can't see
okay.
any right.
Let me see.
The network.
Okay, so you are
Okay, let
working
me
on it.
just start it again.
I think it's getting better.
Okay.
It was getting better.
Is it better now?
Yeah. It's very good.
Yeah, yeah.
It's now better.
Thank
It's
you.
clear now.
Okay, so I'll just copy his name from here. And before I start a new article, I always make sure that there is enough information about who I'm writing on the web, like on many news sites and other places, so that I can easily reference it. So in creating a new article, I will just come to Wikipedia. So I'll, because I'm creating for him in English, I'll come and start the English Wikipedia here.
Okay.
Okay, so I have to check here to make sure that there's no article on him to avoid creating duplicate articles.
Okay.
So I'll just paste his name here. So we can see that it said there is no results found for Al Hassan Yahya saying, so which means
Yes.
that I can go ahead to create a new article for him. So I have a sentence here. You may create the page Al Hassan Yahya saying, but consider checking below to see whether the topic is already covered. So I'll just scroll down a little to see if there's any article on him. And I can't find one here. So I'll just create a page for him here where it's underlined. His name is in red.
Okay.
Okay, so my editor is opened here. And because I'm just creating like writing for the normal Wikipedia, I would use this interface. But assuming I wanted to use coding, like someone asked on the page the difference between edit source and edit. So I would come here. But I'm familiar with just editing, so I'll just use the create. But this is just the interface for the create source. So I'll come back here. And mostly for first time users, it's advisable that you take an article of someone and see how the sections are arranged and everything to help guide you and create for someone. So I'll just take maybe let's say Haruna Idrisu. I'll just open his Wikipedia article so that it can guide me in some way as to how to create for Al Hassani Ayaseju. So this is Haruna Idrisu's Wikipedia. So as you can see, we have this section for his biography, and then for his early life and education, politics, personal life, and references. So that's being done. I'll come here, then I'll search on Google to find information for Al Hassani Hayat name. So I'll just paste his name here and then enter. So I have this from graphic.com, Ghana Web News, and I can see that there's a lot of article about him. So I'll just open them in new tabs for like easy access. So yeah, stating that he's the executive director of Legal Aid Scheme. So I'll just open it in a new tab. Okay, in this article, so his name is being mentioned. So I'll use that one to end this. Okay. So I'll just go to the next page to this. You can see that there's so many articles about him. So this would give us a lot of references on his article. So this being done, I'll just go through, like as you can see in Harun Edris's Wikipedia here, the biography section is talking about when he was born, what he is. He's a Ghanaian politician, and just some little details about him. So we want to know who Alhassan Yahya Seni is, and that is what we should write for his bio section. So I'll just go. Hi, hello, hello, hello. Can anyone hear me?
Yes, Khadija, we can hear
Yes,
you.
yeah,
Yeah,
Okay,
we
yeah.
can.
sorry, my network got cut off, so I'm just back now.
Okay, cool.
So I hope you can see my screen now.
Yes, please.
Okay, so I'm just going to read through this article to see if there's something about Alhassan Saini. And as you can see here, it stated that the executive director of the Legal Aid Ghana, Mr. Alhassan Yahya Saini, says legal services should not be made reserved of the privileged ones in the society. So this means that this is his current occupation. So I would go to the next article in here. Said President John Ajikun Kufuor has appointed Alhassan Yahya Saini as the director of the Legal Aid Scheme. And what I've observed here is that this article was written on 19 December 2008. So that means he was being appointed as at that time. And I'm not sure if he's still in that position. So I'll just go on further to check some other things. And here it stated that the appointment took effect from May 1st, 2008, and just some information about his education. So I'll move on to the next article. But for now, we know that he was the director of the Legal Aid Scheme. So here I think there's no much information there. I'll just move on to the next one. Alassane Ayasin is the executive director of Legal Aid Scheme. Okay, so this article was written in 2018, and then it looks like he's still the executive director because he stated here that other members of the committee, Mr. Al Hassan saying executive director, legal aid scheme. So I think he was still in that position in 2018. So I'll just move on. And this is in 2019. And he's still the executive director here. Okay, still 2018. No. Hello, sorry. I'm just reading through here to see if there's any information. So it stated here too that he's a legal aid director.
I would like to suggest that anyone with a microphone and mute should please mute it. It's like there are some background noise that is disturbing us.
Oh, okay. Then let me check it. I'll unmute them. I'll mute them.
So I'll just come back to creating of his article. So here from all the news sites I've checked, it says that he's the chairman of the executive chairman of the legal aid scheme. And that I think that means that he's a lawyer. Does anyone
Yes.
agree with me on this?
Yes, I agree.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so I'll start his article by saying that Al Hassan Yahya Sini is a Ghanaian lawyer and the executive chairman. Please, I'm confused here and I need help.
You said?
And some of
Let,
the articles, it was written that he's the executive director.
mm.
Mm-hmm.
And in other cases, it was written that he's the executive chairman. So I don't know if it means the same thing.
So you can use the director. I think maybe he was one at a point and then moved to the other. So you can pick
Oh,
one.
okay.
Yes.
So,
From director to
Okay.
chairman.
so he was a director and made a chairman later. If you can use it as a sentence, or you just pick one and use it.
Okay. Okay. So I can go on with he's a Ghanaian lawyer and so I can say he was a former executive director and now the executive chairman, right?
Yes, yes.
And
The former executive director and the chairman.
okay.
So you can use Alassane Yaya Seni is a Ghanaian lawyer, former executive director and chairman of.
Okay.
So the lawyer there should
Mm-hmm.
be
And
comma.
chairman of the
And
legal
Okay.
aid service scheme.
Okay. So I just want to bring to your notice that while I was going through, I didn't see any of the articles stating his date of birth. And if
Well,
there
but it
was
seems from one of it, it was stated that as at the time he was appointed, he was 51 years as at then. There was one of the
yes, this
articles where
article,
his age
yes,
was mentioned. Uh-huh.
yes. So that was as at
and but
2018. And that requires that I have to make
and we
some
can't
calculations.
yeah no we can't use it because it didn't state exactly which year it was. If they say he was born in 1950 something, that one we can use. But now that we don't have it, we can't calculate and assume. it's very easy to say when it's 1950 something than just quoting the year on a particular article and trying to calculate it back to know which year it was. So we can go ahead without the date of birth or the age.
Okay.
Okay.
Hello.
So if his age was stated, I would have kept that here. Like I would have simply opened a bracket. Then I would include born. I'm just setting an example, but I will take this off.
Okay.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah,
Yes,
Buddha,
hello.
Like my brother was mentioning about his age stated in the article.
Yes.
Can't we use that as again the date of the publishing to determine the year of his birth?
no, the thing is, it's not compulsory to always use the date of birth if you don't have it. And the
Okay.
easiest way you can use it is when the year is quoted. That one, you know that
So
what it is 1957. But if they indicate only the year, his full year, and you are going to calculate it back, you are likely to, make mistakes. So
make a
let's just,
mistake. Okay. That's okay.
Okay, so can I continue?
yes, please.
Yep.
Yes, so I will just put born, then the month he was born. Let's say November, probably 1951. Then I continue with my article. But since his name is not here, I will just his date of birth is not here.
Yes.
I will just take it off. So I'm just bringing
Okay.
to your notice in case you are editing for someone who has a date of birth. So when I'm done with this, I'll have to cite from here, like any news site that shows that he's what we are saying he is. So as you can see, I
Okay.
opened a lot of news sites which stated that. So like this one, for example, the executive director. So I'll just come here and I'll copy the link of the URL of the website.
Okay.
Okay, so when I'm done copying it, I'll go back to my article. So can we all see sites here on
Yes.
this menu? Yes. So I'll just click on sites and I'll use automatic. We have manual and automatic. And in case you have already used the website as a citation for this and then you want to use it again in another sentence, you can use the reuse. So since I'm using the automatic and it's my first time, I'll just paste the URL here. Then I'll click on generate.
But did we see that her cursor was at the full stop, the last full stop?
Yes.
So if she's citing the sentence, so you have to make sure that your cursor is on the last full stop, just next to the last full stop before you do what she's doing. Thank you, Khadija. Please
Okay.
go on.
Okay, thank you. So then I'll insert here and I have my reference here. So there are other
Okay.
sites too that talks about him being the legal director, like this one. But then we can see that his information, his academic information was stated here. So I can leave
Questions
it
are
or
here.
I can,
Yes.
yes, I can leave it when I get to the education section. Then I can cite from this one. So I'll just move forward and see. So I have this article too, saying that he was the executive director. So I can cite this one too. So it's just the same way. You copy the URL of the website, then come to after the first citation, then insert the next one. Mm. So we insert. So at this point, I might want to add some further information about him, or I might want to publish. So I don't know which one I should do at this point.
I think you should publish.
Okay.
So anything you do, any changes you make, you don't need to write everything full and publish. In order to be like on a safer note, once you finish like this, you can just go ahead and publish. Then you come back to edit. I think it will help them.
Yes, yes, okay. So I would publish from here. So I'm being asked to describe what I changed. So I'll just write biography. So this shows that
Hello.
yes, the article has been published now.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you. So
Hello.
I'll just
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
hear you. Please go
Uh,
ahead.
yeah, just to reiterate this point of publishing like before proceeding, and
okay.
to share my experience. Sadiq, some few days ago, I was chatting with you on an article. I was it was on the process. Then all of a sudden, I couldn't find anything again.
Yes.
And I remember you explained that it could be due to poor network or something. Yeah, I really wrote a lot of
So you see
things, a
that
lot
if
of
you are
subheadings,
published.
and then all of a sudden I just lost everything. So it's really good that you publish any little thing that I do before you proceed. That you can edit later.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
All right.
Hello.
Yes.
But it's good you edit before you publish.
No, it's if you don't publish, you might lose all the information.
Yes,
And the
yes.
good thing is when you publish and you come back to edit, no one will ask you anything. It doesn't spoil anything. You can edit as much as you want, and no one can penalize you because Wikipedia allows you to make any change anytime. So to be on the safer side, just publish and continue again.
Okay. I agree.
Thank you.
Okay, so we have published now.
So we
And
have
I've
published
sent
one line.
something in another article here. So here it states that he's the director of the Legal Aid Board. So I don't know if it's the same as the legal aid scheme or sometimes you can really get confused whilst working on articles.
I think it's the same thing. It's referring to the same thing.
Okay. So I will just come back to this article here. Since I've published, my editor is now looking like this. So I'll go to edit. So I can now continue from where I stopped. But then I will just move the references. You have noticed that after publishing, the references has appeared here. So I will just move them down a little. Then I can insert a paragraph here. So if you want to start another, this is one section, but if you want to start another section, you can just come to the end of where you stopped. Then you come to paragraph here. Then select heading. Then you can type what you want to type here. So maybe here I might want to put like let's go back to Haruna Idris's Wikipedia since we are using that one as a guide. So when we come back here, notice that we have this early life and education section. So we can use the next section as our early life and education. Okay, so let's take a quick glance at what was written under the early life and education section of Haruna Idrisu. So we have here he was born, his year of birth to, and his hometown. Then we have some of the institutions he attended. That's University of Ghana, and the year he attended and he was a member of the Ghana Bar Association too. So I'll just come back here and I'll go through the sites again to see where if I can get any information on where he studied. So I think I saw that here. They said the appointment took effect from here and he graduated from University of Ghana as a Bachelor of Laws
Of
in
law.
1991
It's one.
and was certified a barrister at law from the Ghana
Barrister.
law. Yes. So he's a member of the Ghana Bar Association. And the statement said Mr. Seni started work as a research assistant at the Institute of Statistical, Social, and Economic Research at the University of Ghana. So this one is talking about his last employment. And here he said he was the Northern Regional Chairman of the Northern Region Chairman of the National Investigations Committee from 1984 to 1919. And he was senior partner in law practice from from 1991. So all
At
this is talking about his
Yellow.
occupation. So we can write that here. But we have to take note of one thing. When you're editing articles from Wikipedia, it is not permitted that you copy and paste. So I can't copy from here and then just go and paste it as my article. It is not advisable. I think Sade can clarify more on that.
Yes, I think we highlighted that in the first session.
Oh, okay. So I can't also come and copy from what another editor has written, like the same sentence and then paste here. So I'll just look at the article again and write. So here, since we don't have his we don't have his date of birth, I'll just start with the school. So you can write here that yeah, just or just saying attended. No, we can say that saying stated.
Law, not laws.
Okay, thank you. So I can quickly check the year where he graduated from here. Said in
No, it's
1981.
1981. Yes.
Okay. In 19. And I'll come back here. So here it stated that and was a certified barrister at law from the Ghana Law School. So I don't know if he's saying that he works as a barrister at law from this school or he attended the school. I don't really understand this sentence. Can
So,
anyone help me out?
so he was certified means he obtained,
A certified barrister.
he became a lawyer. How, like he
Okay.
became actually a lawyer.
Okay.
Ghana Bar Association is not a school. It's an institution that recognizes those who qualify to be lawyers.
Certified lawyers.
Khadija, okay, are you
Yes.
referring to the Ghana Law School? If you are
Yes.
referring to the Ghana Law School, then it means can you go back to the article? Let me see if we can put it this way.
Okay. Here I was trying to write that he's also a member of the Ghana Bar Association.
So that one will be fine. But here and became or like from University of Ghana in 1961
Okay.
and obtained like is it Bachelor of Law from the Ghana School of Law.
So because I already wrote that he obtained the Bachelor of Law here.
Okay. Okay, that's
You
fine.
see,
Then go ahead.
hello.
Okay.
Okay, it's okay.
Okay.
Hello, Sadiq. So I
Yes.
don't know if I can publish from here and then add a section on his occupation where I can talk about his employment, where he has
Yes.
worked for. Okay.
Yes.
So I'll have to cite from here too. So I'll just come after the full stop and then I'll cite. This is where I had this info from. So I was just like, so I've copied the URL of this website. So I'll just come and paste it here. So I'll insert from here. So I would just like to quickly glance through to see if there's any other websites talking about his education or any of the sentences I put there.
I think the one reference can be enough for now.
Okay. So I'll move on to the next section and talk about his occupation. So I'll come to paragraph and then heading.
So please let's take note of how she's moving through the sections. You have to hit enter to be on a new line, then head to paragraph,
Yes.
then click on drop down, you see heading, then select heading in order for it to appear like this, how her own
Okay,
appears.
so I just pressed enter to move to the next line, then I came to the paragraph and I selected heading. You see here, I would write for his occupation.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, I can hear you.
When you click on the paragraph, the drop down menu appears. I can see heading 1, 2, 3, and that. Each point and one you saw. I thought the main heading will be heading, then the subsequent this thing will be the heading 1, heading 2. So at which point do you use the heading 1, the subheading 1, subheading 2? Hello.
Yes. I didn't get you clearly there. Your line was breaking.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, hello, I
Can
can
you
hear
hear me
you.
now?
Yes.
Okay, I'm saying that from the drop down menu, when you click paragraph,
Yes.
the drop down menu, I see heading and then subheading 1, subheading 2, subheading 3. So at which point do you use the subheading 1, subheading 2?
Sadiq, please can you help me with this?
Did you get my question?
No. I don't know if the network is from my
I'm saying
end.
that,
Yes.
yeah, I'm saying that
to create a sharp a new section. How do you call it? Like talk about
Yes, the new section. You go to paragraph and you select heading.
Mm-hmm. And I'm saying that when you go to paragraph, the drop down menu,
Yes.
I see heading, then subheading 1, subheading 2.
Yes, yes.
And I see that we always click on the heading. So I'm asking at what particular time do we use the subheading 1, subheading 2?
Oh, okay. Well, I haven't used them. I've always used heading, but I can just quickly go through that to see how it would look like.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Let me come in. I've gotten your question.
Okay.
I was
Okay.
muted. I didn't know that I was muted. I was just talking. So I've seen most of you do that mistake. At this point, the sections are supposed to be sequential. It's supposed to be in uniform. So whatever you are going to use for the purpose of this article is going to be heading. Where you will use the heading 1, heading 2 is where you have content that is like you have a lot of content and you are putting them in subheadings, just like how we write in our, like when you are writing an essay, there's a heading. After you write that heading, there's another subheading under that heading. That way, you have to select. Let's say in education, we have to, if we are going to write something under education, that's where you put the subheading. But in this context, everything that she's going to write here is talking about the person's early life and education. So there's no need to select any type of heading apart from heading the heading itself, not heading 1, heading 2. But where you put heading and then there's other information about like his early life and education. So more like a subheading categorized under that same heading. But at this point, you just stick to heading for all the entries because all information are going to be around early life and education. I don't know if that makes sense. So there's no need to use heading 1, heading 2.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, can I go on?
Yes, please. So we'll be done after doing the occupation.
Occupation.
I think
Okay.
time is fast spent, so we can move to the
Okay.
other section.
Okay. So with this occupation, we can come back here and he said he has worked as the research assistant at the Institute of this. So I will just go on here.
At the Institute of Statistical, Social, and Economic. Statistical, Social, and Economic Research. And economic research.
Okay.
At the University of Ghana.
Okay.
In 1977.
Good. So I can cite back from here. So because I'm going to use a site that I've used before, I'll come to the reuse. And I think this is where I was writing from, this website. So I'll just come and select it. And then I've used it again. But I noticed that from here, it said that he was a member of the internal audit committee because it has been stated here. Other members of the committee are Mr. Al Hassan Yahya Saini. So I don't know if I can add that, Sadek.
No, I think one occupation will be enough for now. We can always
Okay,
add it
okay.
later.
Later, okay.
So,
So for me, I will just come back here and publish. Fine. So I would come back to edit from here. Then I'll just insert another section for my references. Sadek, can I go on now with linking and categories? Sadek, can you
so
hear me?
yes, just add
Okay,
categories. Show us how to add categories and link
categories.
and tell us.
Okay,
Yeah, I can hear
okay,
you. Please show us how to add categories and
okay,
links.
sure. So to add categories, I normally go to publish. So this is where I add categories. So categories are like listing some categories that is under. So this is where we add it. Sadiq, my categories, the plus sign is not appearing.
Kindly refresh and see.
Okay. So to add a new category, I'll just come to this plus sign. And the first category I normally add is I check to see if the person is still alive or not. And from all the news sites, I don't think there's anyone stating that he is dead. So that means he's still alive. So I'll just categorize him as a living person. So I'll choose living people from here. And then I click on OK. So this means that this category has been added. Then I move on to the next category I want to add him under. And if his date of birth was here, I would have, assuming he was born in 1951, I would have just added the category and then written 1951 births. But since his date of birth is not here, I would use another category. We're living people. Year of birth missing. So I would click on OK. Sadiq, I don't understand this page here.
Okay, your IP has been blocked.
Okay. So that means I can't continue with editing.
No, click on edit. Let's see.
Okay. It's still the same.
Okay, so what if it happens like this? Close it and come back to the article again. If it doesn't work, that means you would have to switch your network.
So I
So at this
have to
point, I
close
think
this
it
whole
is enough.
thing. Okay.
No, there's the page, the article. But it's fine. I think we have seen how to add citations, how to add sections, how to add references, and all that. So with the rest, now I would use it to demonstrate in the Dagbani Wikipedia. I think this is perfect. That has been a very wonderful session with you. Thank you so much. And we'll move
Okay.
next to Wikidata. I think we've spent a lot of time. So we'll move to Wikidata. You can stop sharing your screen.
Okay.
And then, yeah. Okay. So if you have any question, please let's take it on before we start the next section, which is Wikidata. We'll create a Wikidata
We have
item for the
spent
same
more time on this
MP.
one.
Yes. Sorry? You said we should spend more time on this?
No, I was saying it's like we have spent more
Uh-huh.
time on the other one.
Yeah. Okay. So that's true. So we are moving next to Wikidata. Wikidata is another sister project of Wikipedia. And for that, it's a structured data, structured and linked data. It doesn't have so much text but has some unique features which makes it more robust and easy and convenient for you to edit. So I'll just take you through the brief intro. I'll share my screen right now and we'll just move faster with the introduction. So yeah, if you can see my screen right now, we are on Wikidata. Wikidata is a structured data and it's a structured and linked data. With Wikidata, we have some of the things you'll be hearing more is statements, items, properties, and values, which when we begin the demonstration, you will see that in clear, you have a clearer understanding of what it is. So for the definition, it is an editable central storage of structured and linked data on a wiki, and it is available under a free license. So any information on Wikidata is available for free. You can use it and redistribute, use it for any purpose. Unlike Wikipedia that has a separate license, even though it's open license, but Wikipedia has CC by SA. For Wikidata has a license called CC by CC0, which means you can use it anyhow you want it. You can manipulate any data on Wikidata. So item, as I mentioned, is any topic. Item is the same thing as Wikipedia article. So instead of articles, we'll not be talking about articles on Wikidata. Instead, you'll be hearing us talking about items. So Alasan Wayoseni has a Wikipedia article, and when it comes to Wikidata, he has a what? A Wikidata item. So that is the difference between Wikipedia and Wikidata in terms of this. So an item can be a thing, just like Wikipedia page can be a thing, a person, a place, or concept. The same applies to Wikidata. So for properties, it's a specific single kind of data relevant to this item. So information that are relevant to the item, just like Wikipedia, you have, as we are adding the sections, education, career, early life. So on Wikidata, we qualify them with properties. Then we have values. Properties have values. Every property, when we talk about instance of which we will be doing more, has a property of either a human being or a place or any other thing. And then we have the values. It's either a reference or please, Khadija, can you check and looks like some people are at the gate. You can add them onto the call. So values with properties, we have values, either a reference to another item, like the capital of Germany is what? Berlin. We'll delve more on that here. So this is how it looks like on a Wikidata page. The name of the article, unlike Wikipedia, will be item, as I mentioned. And then we have property, we have values, and an item is described by a series of statements, each asserting a single datum or fact about it. When we start the practical hands-on, you understand more on these things. And the property, this is the definition of a property. I will send the slides to you, so as you watch the video or practice, you'll be able to understand these things more. So example, this is just an example of how it will be described on Wikipedia. An item about a country, let's say Ghana, would have statements about the following properties. When we are talking about a country, we will be looking at what? The first thing that we'll be looking at is what is their population, the land size, what is their official language, what is the border with, anthem, capital city. You know, these are the things that when you think about a country, you will be like things, these are the things that will be coming on your mind. Just like Wikipedia, when you write about a person, you want to talk about the person's date of birth, the person's hometown, place of birth, and blah blah like that. So an item up on Wikidata to have those similar structures. So that is an example. Another example, this time we are talking about a person. So for Wikidata item, which is the same as Wikipedia article, we'll talk about the following statements. You have the name of the person, the date of birth, place of birth, citizenship, occupation, languages spoken, religion, father, mother, children, notable works, place of education. So just like the item for a country, an item for a person would have this information. I don't know if you all agree with me.
Yes, please.
All right. So for statement example, we have Earth. When we talk about Earth, what will we be talking about? What is the highest point of the Earth and what is the lowest point of the Earth? So for the highest point of the Earth, we know it's what? Mount Everest, right? With these meters. And the deepest point, which is the lowest point of the Earth, this is the meters minus 10,994 plus or minus 1. So this is how deep the Earth is below sea level. So these are just examples which I know you understand when we go deeper. Another way of looking at Earth is what is the highest point. So as I mentioned, we will have Mount Everest. What is the deepest point? Which is the lowest point? The Challenger Deep. And it has meters that we use to describe when they talk about how deep the Earth is. Then for numeric IDs, Earth, Wikidata, you'll be seeing things like Q numbers. So for Q2 is something that we use to represent Earth, which you understand more. Unlike Wikipedia that has a description, Wikipedia will tell you that the name of a person, the person's name is what? London. London can be a name of a person. It's also a city in Canada, I think. It's also a city in United Kingdom. So for Wikipedia, if you write London, you have to put whether London is a name of a person. You normally put it in bracket, London, person, or artist, or footballer, or city. But for Wikidata uses what? Numbers. And we know that when it comes to computer or robots, they like numbers. Some people are at the gate. Khadija, can you help me? Whilst I'm talking, I may not be able to add them. If you can help me with that, that would be great. So for, sorry, let me just add them and continue. This is very important. For Wikidata, we'll be using numbers. So instead of writing Earth, you can simply say Q2 to represent Earth. Unlike Wikipedia, sometimes you get confused when they say London. You are not sure whether it's London in Britain or London, a city in Canada, or London, a name of a person. So to make it more unique, you use numbers. There's no way you can have numbers that has the same people or items. Just like our ID card, voters ID card. I don't think there are people in Ghana who are having two ID numbers. Your name can be the same hometown. It can be coincidental that all of you were born in the same month or year, but you can never have the same ID card number. We all know that. So that is how Wikidata operates, and it has made it more useful and more like structured and can be linked to other informations on Wikipedia as well. So that is it about Wikidata and the Q numbers. The Q, we'll not talk about the meaning of Q, but let's just take it like ID for Earth. So when instead of mentioning a robot or machine computer will recognize Q2 on Wikidata as what? Earth, whilst we human beings will see it as what? Earth. So that is how Wikidata works.
Please, I have a question.
Okay, please ask a question.
Please, is it that each item has its unique number, or you create the unique the number and put a reference attached to it?
No. So when we begin to create it, each item, once you are creating it, then when you type the name of the person, the item will generate a code for it automatically. You don't add it by yourself and you don't need to reference it. Once you type the name of the person, unlike Wikipedia where the name will just come, Wikidata will bring the name and put the Q number automatically by itself. You don't add the
Okay.
numbers.
Okay.
Then you just add it to the name for machine
Okay.
purpose. And then, so as I was
Thank
saying, there's a city in Canada called London, right? There's a city in England, London. London is a family name. It's a personal name. London is even a movie company. London can be a hotel. So you see how it is. For Wikidata, it is able to identify it because of the what? The numbers. No matter how the name are, Wikidata will differentiate it using what? The Q numbers. And Wikidata, another powerful thing about Wikidata is it's language neutral. Wikipedia, we are talking about 300 languages on Wikipedia, the Dagbani Wikipedia, the English, the Twi French, all the 300 languages. When it comes to Wikidata, it doesn't have any language. Everybody on Wikidata speaks English, but there's a way to add different languages to Wikidata that is just to describe it in that language, but not as a Wikidata language by itself. So Wikidata, as I said, it's robot friendly. It likes numbers, and we know that robots they like numbers. Those who are who knows much about robotics, they know how robots like numbers. Computer understands language numbers more than any other thing. So if you have any question, you can ask the question whilst we get along. And if there's no question, I'll just go straight to explore. Is there any question at this point? Am I moving faster? Do you need any clarification?
No, please.
All right. So without much ado, I'm just going to open the Wikidata page. This is the URL of Wikidata. You just go to wikidata.org. Then it takes you here. Let me open it. It takes you to Wikidata. Wikidata.org. So let's explore. I am going to look for the article Khadija was working on.
Yes.
Alasan.
Yeah, yes, seen it.
Yeah, yes, seen.
Okay. So just like we do, when I told you that when you have one account on Wikipedia, you can use it to log in anywhere. So here, I don't need to create another account. I'll just come and log in with my same account.
Sadiq, I'm not seeing the page you are on.
Yeah. So I'm just going to the page. I'm going to the contest page at the moment.
Okay.
So I'll come back with data. Yeah, working on Alasan.
Yeah, yes, seen it. Yeah, yes, seen it.
Yep, Alasan, yeah, I've seen. So I'm going to copy the same name, then I come here. You see the search button, just like Wikipedia. Then you paste it here. You see that there's no item match, right? But he has a Wikipedia page, but not Wikidata. So I'll just go.
Please, it's still on.
It's still on the slides
What do
page.
I do? I come back. Sorry.
Hello,
Sorry.
Sadiq. It's still on the slides page.
Okay, let me share this one. Let me stop sharing, then I'll share here.
Okay.
So I'm going to Wikidata. I hope you see my screen right now. Okay, can you see my screen right now? Can
Yes,
you see
please.
my screen?
Okay, yeah, it's now.
Okay, so
Yeah.
here, just type wikidata.org or just give Wikidata. It will show you the direct link there. Wikidata.org. Then I come here. This is the search button. I search Wayo Alasan Yaya Seni. If I click and there's no item, it will show that there's no item like that. Yep, there's no item. So what do? I come here, the left here. If you can see my screen, there's some items here. You see create a new item. Can you see all? Can you all see?
Yes, please.
Create Yeah, so this is where you start a new Wikidata item, unlike Wikipedia, where you just go straight. So here you look at the left here, you click on create an item, then you come here. What do you see? English. EN means English. Right. This is where you specify which languages you want to do. So right now I'll just go to English. Then I type the label. The label is the name of the person.
Okay.
So the label I type Alasan Yaya Seni. Then you will see description. What did we say he was? Is he an MP?
A lawyer.
Okay, a Ghanaian lawyer. So you can just give a little description. A Ghanaian legal practitioner. Right? So this is a brief description of Alasan Yaya Seni. Create what? You just click on create. But if you know his alias, you know him of maybe they just call him like senior or something. You just put it there. If you don't, you just leave it there. Then you click on create. So alias means like AKA, like his nickname. So before I go to create, can we all understand what we are doing here? That is the most important thing here. When you click on create, you see English. The label is the name of the person. You write it in.
So it means that later we can edit that part, right?
Yes, you can edit the description later. You can edit the aliases later, but you cannot edit the label, which is the main article when it's created. Just like Wikipedia, you have to go through other process. So we have seen when you come, you don't change anything here. It's only the label that you write, the name, and the description. You write the description of the person. Then let me see. Someone is on the gate. Someone can assist me. I can't see Khadija's adding them there.
What about the creator himself? Can the creator himself later change the label?
The creator? No, if you want to change the label, you have
to participants again because I'm no more a co-host.
Told me, sorry, let me just make you a co-host. I didn't know that I took that off. Just a second, please. There are so many people who want to join, but okay. So I made you a co-host. You can add them. And now,
okay, thank you.
For labels, that is the article name or the item. You cannot change. You just have to be sure that whatever you are typing there is correct. Because when you type a wrong thing, you see that I didn't type it myself. To be on a safer note, I went and copied it, the exact name from what Khadija wrote to match with what I'm writing here. So you don't change anything. Then the description, you just put the description. Then you go ahead and click what? Publish or create. You click create. Then when you click create, have you seen automatically the number has come? Q number. This is the Q number. I didn't type anything. So computer knows that when you type this thing, it is talking about what? Alasan Yaya Seni. There can be many Alasan Yaya Seni, but they can never have the same Q numbers. So automatically it comes there. And the good thing is there are languages I can add. When I add the languages, it shows that those languages can describe him in their own language. So let me look for Dagbani. I think we have a Dagbani as well. So I'll just go to more languages. Before that, let me just take you through the various statements and items. Then I'll come back and add the Dagbani. So you see, after clicking create, you see the language, English. Description as showed here. If we added the alias, it will show here. So the next thing you need to do is to what? Add a statement. Remember, I spoke a lot about statements. Wikidata uses what? Statement. So when I click on statement, it opens something like this. for the start, it shows you automatically predicts what you are supposed to do. And as I mentioned, statement has what instance of can be instance of human, instance of a place. If I was writing Wayoseni, which is like a name of a city, I'll choose a different thing. But since we all know that Wayo, I said Yaya Seni is a human being, just select instance of, then we'll type what? Human. You will see human. It has even showed. So you get this one, you don't even struggle to get it. It will just show you by default. But pay attention to the description that writes. Normally they write at the bottom. You see that they will describe the meaning of human. Common name of what? Homo sapiens. Unique extant species of what? Genus Homo. Then you click on it. It means it's referring to human beings. What do you do next? Unlike Wikipedia, where you have to put so many statements, you just click on what? Publish. Can we all see the publish?
Yes.
I just published. So I'm saying that Yaya Seni is what? A human being. This is where I add a reference, if I want to add a reference. But for Wikidata, it doesn't really bother too much about references, even though it's important, but you will not be penalized if you don't add a reference to say that he's a human being, unlike Wikipedia. So let me leave the reference, then I'll go back to what? Add statement. Can we all see it here? Add statement. So if you can see it, I click on add statement. What comes next? You can see sex or gender, right? Then I click on sex or gender. Then I type it here. What comes in? I didn't type this thing, it just came automatically. So for the start, these things will be very easy for you to add. It's just click and add. Then I go to what? Male. We all know that Yaya Seni is a male. Then I select male, publish will come. Then I click on publish. Are we following, please?
Yes, please.
Okay, what we do next is we go to add statement. You click on add statement. You see that something will come here. If it doesn't come, what are we going to add? We need to add his what? Nationality or country of citizenship. Yep. So this is where you'll be typing those things. You select country of citizenship. Then you type what? Ghana. Ghanaian. Sorry.
Ghanaian.
You start what? Ghanaian. Can you all see that? And when you are typing, even Wikipedia, because it can come with so many names. Ghana can be another place, we don't know. So to be sure, you always have to read the little description under it. It tells you that, oh,
Yes, sir.
I'm going to change. I was using a different so I'm using what? Ghana. Can you see Ghana? A sovereign state in West Africa, right?
West Africa.
We all know that this is what they are talking about. Then you select it.
Yes, sir.
Then click on what? Publish. Just like that. Isn't that easy? Then go to what? Add statement. What do we see? Occupation. But before occupation, I would want to add what? His given name. We know that his given name is what? Seni. Do we all agree? So I'll put Seni. That's his family name. You remember we have so many Senis. There's Alasan Seni and then Wayo Seni. So if we don't see it as a name, a given name, family name, okay, it doesn't show here. Seni is rather talking about different things. So let's keep the Seni for now because it hasn't been created yet. Then let's go back and add a statement. We have to add what? Date of birth. We don't know his date of birth, but when we are participating in the contest, you remember the contest has
it's not there, yes.
Yes, it was not there. So what we will do is I will show you this thing because you will come out, you will see so many people, you'll be working on so many items that would not have date of birth. My machine is, let me just refresh and come back. Okay, so I'll come back to what? Add statement. I'll show you how date of birth. Let's do date of birth.
Next item.
Even though we don't know his date of birth, can you see here? There are some three boxes on top of each other here.
Yes.
Yes, please.
When you click on those boxes, you see what? Unknown value. You just click on it. Unknown value. Can you see unknown value?
Yes.
Then you click select unknown value because we don't know what his date of birth is. But because the contest is asking us to put date of birth of people, those that we don't know, we have to always select what? Unknown value by clicking on that three boxes. So I'll go ahead and publish it. Anything you do, unlike Wikipedia, you can write a whole article and publish at once. For Wikidata, you have to publish everything you click. And I think Khadija added
Hello,
some links.
boss. Hello, boss.
Yes,
I
I
need
can
your
hear you.
attention here, please.
Yes, please. I can hear you.
Hello.
I can hear you, please.
Please, I just want to make a humble plea. If we could turn off our videos apart from you, so that it will increase the bandwidth for us. It's making the network not stable.
Okay, I think that is very important. So if you like, you can just turn off your video. Your name will still show on the call. That's very important to save bandwidth. But if you can hear me well, we have just added what? The date of birth by using unknown value. You can see that there's something here. It says that we should put a date of birth. You have to put a reference because date of birth, you can't lie about someone's date of birth. Even when you put unknown value, you have to click on add reference. Then you search any article about him, like Khadija showed us on the link. Then just come and use what? Reference URL. So this is how to reference on inside Wikidata. You select what? Reference URL. If you are referencing a website, you click here, then you paste the link here. Khadija, if you can drop me one of the links on the chat so I can use it to add to the reference, that would be cool. The one you use for the article, if you can drop it on the Zoom chat so I can add it. But let me skip the reference. Then you have to add another statement, right? Let's add another statement. I'll cancel this. Okay. So you click on add another statement. What do we see here? It opens what? I was talking about properties. Do you remember? So these are the properties: the date of birth, the country of citizenship, the sex, the instance of. They are all what? Properties. Now we know what properties are. So we select occupation as a property. And then here, what did we say? He was a legal practitioner or barrister, right? Legal practitioner. When you, for Wikidata, the moment you start typing it, it will show. It will show you.
So if it is not showing, can you add your own?
No, if it's not showing, you cannot add your own. So normally they have created so many things for you. So almost everything you want, you get it. But there's a chance that you may not get some of the things. If I didn't know his occupation, I would still add the unknown value. But once I know that he's a barrister, I'll just click on, I'll select the barrister, I'll type barrister, then it shows this. You see, I've added his occupation.
Okay.
If you like, you have to add a reference. Khadija has showed us so many references about him. I didn't see the link. I'm looking for. I don't want to go back from my screen so it will show other things. Khadija, if you can drop it on the chat, that would be great. On the Zoom chat. Okay, so I'll come back and do references.
I'm not sure
So
Khadija is around.
Okay, so we have to add another statement, right? We click on add statement. What else can we add? we have what? You can add the languages he speaks, right? Languages spoken. So let's see languages. Can we all see languages
Ento
spoken?
isilaba ngokulo. Jimmy asolo yambo umda.
Can we all see languages?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
so
we
Yes,
I
can
have
please.
see.
selected languages spoken. Then it opens like this. Then I type what? English. First, we know that he speaks English. I type English. Look at this thing. English, they say what? English people. So people who are English, you can't use it. There's another English here, which is what? Family name. So if you don't select the right one, you get an error. So you have to look at the description. They say what? A West Germanic language originating in England with linguistic roots in French, German, and vulgar Latin. So they are talking about English here. We all know like that. But if you come and select family name, which is English, you'll be wrong. So let's pay attention to the tiny descriptions over there. So I'll go ahead and select what? English. Then I click on what?
Linguistic
Publish
roots.
again. So assuming like he speaks more than one English, what do? I'll just come here and click on add another value. Add value. Did you see the add value? This time around,
Yes.
I'm not adding statement. I'm within the English.
Okay.
Instead of clicking add statement, I am adding another value to the languages spoken. So I'll type Dagbani. Dagbani. Can you all see Dagbani? They say what? It's a good language.
Alaikum salam. Bismillah.
Then I select it, then I click on what? Publish. So we are done with his languages spoken, written, and signed. Now we have to move to another statement. What else can we add about him? Let me go to the contest page. We are asking for the purpose of the contest. We are asking you to add certain things. So let me just highlight that for you to be clear. So for Wikidata item must have the following labels and minimum number of statements. So English, as I told you, the label is the name of the item when you click on create. And description, we've seen that already. Then you have to add a label in Dagbani. I'll show you how to add that Dagbani label. You have to add a description in Dagbani. And this, we have done that already. So when you are competing in the contest, this is how the contest page will look like. They will ask you to add instance of, they will ask you, we are asking you to add what? Sex or gender. We are asking you to add what? Occupation. We are asking you to add what? Date of birth. We are asking you to add place of birth, country of citizenship. So I think we have added all except what? Place of birth, and then what? Unfocused list of Wikimedia project. This is another thing. We have created an item for the contest, my Northern Achiever. So what we are adding now is what? Place of birth. I know he was born in Tamale. I'll click on place of birth, then I select. If you are not sure of where the person was born, you put unknown value. But if you are sure, you select place of birth. Then come what? You type what? Tamale, place of birth, Tamale. They say what? Northern Regional Capital. Tamale is another different thing here. Can you see them? So make sure you select the correct description. So I selected Tamale, then I click on what? Publish. Even with place of birth, you see date of birth, place of birth, you will always see this mark if you don't put a reference. So I have to put a reference that says that he was born in Tamale. So for Wikidata, you can go away with other things without references, but you cannot go away with things that relates to the person's date of birth or place of birth. So please take note. I will have to add a reference now. When you are back on the call, can you get me one of the links you use for the article? Khadija, Idrisu.
I was using my laptop,
the
but
Ghana
because of
Web.
the
Okay,
the
so I'll
network,
set
I
it.
had to shut it down.
Okay, I'll set it here. Just get a reference, and I'll add it. I'll show you how we add references. I'll Google his name. Why you saying? Okay, yeah, you're saying we have one from Ghana Web. So, Ghana Web here
It was
says
from
that,
Ghana Web.
yeah, I've gotten the link from Ghana Web. I will just copy the URL.
But I think I didn't get the reference with his place of birth.
There's place of birth in Ghana. Okay, so place of birth, I'll put a reference here. Can you all see the reference?
I see.
Yes.
So, assuming you've seen the article that states that he was born in Tamale, you will come and click on what? Add a reference. So we are here. Instead of add a value, you go to what? Add a reference. Then click on, just start typing reference URL. It will show you this. Then you paste the URL, which is most of the time we call a link. You paste the link here. Then click on what? Publish. So this is reference on Wikipedia. Can we all see the difference? Then click on publish. So I've referenced this place. You see that mark is gone. Defended. And then date of birth, I have to also come here. We don't know it, but I have to add a reference to show that I don't know it. I've indicated that there's an unknown value. So add a reference. I click on, and I'll paste it. And I'll click on what? Publish. Everything you do, you click on publish. So I've added a reference. That one is also gone, isn't it? So we've been able to add all these statements. During the contest, this is all that we ask you to do. This is all that we ask you to do. So assuming the person is already on Wikidata, all you need is to come and click on edit and start adding them. Or you just click adding statement. So let me go back to the contest page. So we'll see what else is missing. What else is missing? So it is saying that we should also add unfocused list of Wikimedia projects. So you have to copy this one. If you cannot type it, you just copy this one. Unfocused list of Wikimedia projects. Can you see this screen, please?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Okay. So I'm coming back to that. I've copied it. Then I click on add what? A statement. Then I'll paste it there because I don't know how to type it exactly. Yes, it showed. Then I click on this. Then they say what? I should put my Northern Achiever. My Northern Achiever. Then when I start typing, you should see that showing here. Yep, that is it. A television program on that features prominent personalities. Then I select that. Then I click on what? Publish. So I have completed the Wikidata item. If it is the contest for Wikidata, if I assume I was participating, I've completed it like that, then I'll get my marks. I'll get my full mark for Wikidata. Are we all clear on Wikidata?
Yes.
Okay, so let's say you've chanced on an item that is already on Wikidata or it exists on Wikidata. When you search the person's name, that one you don't need to create it again. Remember, you always have to check to make sure that it is there or not. So I publish his name, assuming it is there, but they are asking us to add it to the contest. For the purpose of the contest again, if the thing is already there, let's say we are asking you to add all these things, and for example, you've seen all the other things without maybe occupation. That means when you add occupation, you get the full marks because those things are already there. So always try and complete the entries. you are not sure of the date of birth, use unknown value. Occupation, you are not sure, use the unknown value. But as Khadija indicated, everything you do on the media sites that talks about those items or topics. So that's it for Wikidata. If you have any further question, you can take that on. So I can even add more references to all the things that I've added. We all know that he's from Ghana. I didn't add a reference to make it more. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Mr. Sadiq.
I can hear you.
Mr. Sadiq.
Please go on. I can hear you.
So we are to do
hello
this context in English, not in Dagbani. Hello.
I think both.
Hello.
For Wikidata, is only in English.
Okay.
Okay, it's fair for Wikipedia.
Hello, are you clear now?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay.
Okay, I think Sadiq is off for now.
Yeah, I'm back. Sorry, I think you lost me. Let me turn on my. Let me just turn off my screen. So I think someone was asking. Wikidata doesn't have a language. It's one language. You just go to Wikidata and you can do everything you need to do. But remember, I was talking about on the context. They say what we should add a description in Dagbani and a label in Dagbani. So I'll come back to Alassane Yahya Seni. Then I'll go to description. Can we all see the description? I'll click on edit.
We can't see your screen.
I think your screen is not shared.
Oh, okay. Let me share it. Sorry. I think that because I dropped off. I'll share my screen right now. Can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So they are saying that we should add a description in what? Dagbani. Okay. So we have to add Dagbani.
Yeah.
More languages. No, I don't know why it's not showing in other languages. So under normal circumstance, we were supposed to see Dagbani here when I select on more languages. But for some funny reason, I'm not seeing it here. But I'll fix it and I'll get back. But you can see that there's other languages everywhere.
Yes. Okay.
Akan. So for Akan, I will just type the same name. Let me just use.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
So this is how. This is how you add the labels in other languages. If here was Dagbani, there's a Dagbani, but I don't know why it's not showing here when I select on more languages. Usually when you click on more languages.
Can't hear anything again.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, so I was talking about the labels. They ask you to add labels in what? Other languages.
Okay.
So to add languages on in other languages, you have to click on edit here. Let me just go back. You click on edit here. You come to in more languages. You should see Dagbani here. As there's a can where there should be Dagbani, but I don't know why it's not showing for this particular article. You just type the same name.
Let's move on. Let's move on.
So I'm putting the same name. Then the description was Dagbani. I have to put Yaya saying in yellow.
Yes, please.
Yaya saying in yellow. Sable Dagbani. Well, I can describe Yaya saying Dagbani.
Yaya saying in yellow.
No, is it not Zalibu or something like that?
Law.
Okay, so into land sab anto Dagbani you have to use the what lawyer. So anto sablon.
Lawyer be alkali tumba.
So this is how you write the description in Dagbani, in your description. But because I'm not seeing the Dagbani here, I will not put an account or error. So I'll just publish. If it was Dagbani, I'll just write it in Dagbani, the description. So I've published, and they have completed everything here. But asking us to what? Add the labels in what? English, the labels in Dagbani, description in English, description in Dagbani, instance of. Oh, so the noise somewhere. Please mute your speaker. I'm not talking. Okay. So this is it about the contest on Wikidata. Are we all clear? Are we all clear? Okay. So this is the contest. I will send this link. I will send this links to you when we start.
Yes.
Can we all see this? Can we see this? There's noise somewhere. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear.
Okay, Khadija. Khadija.
Yes, please.
Khadija, Idrisu, if you can
Idrisu
hear
or me?
Idrisu.
I can hear you.
Okay, I will send this link to you. They are calling prayers at my end. So you just hover, take us through the contest rules.
Okay.
They are calling prayers here, so you cannot hear me. So I'll just send it through on the chat. Then you take us through, or you can share your screen.
You have to give me some few minutes.
Okay, you don't worry. If you can hear me, can you manage with my noise?
Yes.
Okay, then let me go ahead. Sorry. So this is what we would ask you to do for the contest. All of you have access to this. And these are the names that the rules of the contest. Create an article, the Dagbani article of a Northern Achiever. The article must have at least 200 words or 8 to 10 sentences, as Khadija started for the English. The same applies for English and the Wikidata. So we are competing in three Dagbani, Wikipedia, Wikipedia, and Wikidata. So, and when you are done, you claim your entry. Sign your name. On the 1st of October, when we are launching the contest, we will highlight these things. So don't worry, we'll talk more about the rules. But these are the people that will be writing on for the contest. So you don't have to write on any of these persons now, apart from the ones that we use as an example. You can write about other people, but these ones are the ones that we will use for the contest. That's in Dagbani Wikipedia. You write all these people on Dagbani. A lot of people participating. So the highest person will win the awards. And the English, you have the same thing. When you click English, you create Dagbani, create for all of them. And I will show you if you all can see my can you still see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah, so these are the awards. I'm just showing it to you because you are on this call. In case you don't know what you get, Dagbani Wikipedia, if you made the highest edits, we will award you with 500 worth of voucher. Someone is talking. Please, can you mute yourself? Musa, you are talking. Musa, can you mute yourself, please? Okay. So this is the contest prize. If you don't know what is at stake for you, all of you, if you win, there's so much to benefit from. You get 500 CV for each category. So you can choose which category you want to win. If you want to win more than one category, that is fine. So Wikidata, if you make the highest edit, you get 500. You added the highest number of the most statements, you get what? 500. So those of you who are women, the female contestants, you award top contributor. So the one who make the most edit, if you are a woman, there's a special category for that. You get 500. If you made the most quality edits on all the wikis, you get 500. So these are the prizes. 4,000 awards for everyone. So we encourage you to take your time and learn and know the rules and regulations, and then participate fully. It's a one-month project that all of you would compete in, and there are so much you can win and learn from the contest. So if you are excited about the awards, you may want to learn more and participate fully. So all participants will receive another data allowance, which is 100 C. Also give participants like t-shirts, those who participate. You can also request for a certificate after you finish the contest. We will award you with certificate. So that is it about the contest. Now let's go back to Dagbani Wikipedia. Are we all clear?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's go to do a demonstration on Dagbani, how to create articles on Dagbani Wikipedia. The laws apply to the same Wikipedia. That is the Dagbani Wikipedia. So let me get to go to the Dagbani Wikipedia. You have to come here and click on what? This link. I will send it to you. All of us should have this. If you are on the group, you should have this link for yourself. I will send it if you don't have it. So currently we have 105 articles in Dagbani. As it says, Amarabana Wikipedia, Bansum Bayana Kundi, so come to Hasabe. So if you want to create, just like Khadija was showing us how to create Wikipedia in English. For Wikidata, you just come here for Dagbani Wikipedia. You search, you do the same, you select the name of the person. There's noise somewhere. You can mute yourself.
I've done that, Saturday. You can continue.
It's like Brother Sadiq is muted. Hello.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes, we can.
Okay, so unfortunately, you muted me in addition. That's power, right? So to begin a new article in Dagbani, when you open here, it shows you this page. First of all, like Khadija said, you search the name of the person. If I search here, Alasan Yaya Seni, it says what? It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist, right? And they are saying that you can create it. Now come and click here. Can you all see that? Can you all see that?
Yes, please.
Okay, so you click it starts what? WP forward slash like the go through all these things. But it takes. So when I click it, the moment I click here, it opens the page Khadija was talking about. Yes. So anytime you open this page, you need to do what? Select. You see the pencil here at the top. Change it to visual editing. Make sure you come and paste the article.
Please, there's noise at
Hi,
Khadija Abakir's end.
yes, Sade, can you please mute everyone so that anyone who wants to talk can just raise their hand? There's so much noise.
Yeah, so Khadija, I think she herself was having noise at the background. So I've muted some few people. Okay, is it better now? So I'm trying to. There's this article one of our colleagues created. So I'll use it as an example. So, oh, while you're saying it, let me not create while you're saying it. I have a sample article, so it will be easier for us. I'm going to create a different article, not while you're saying it, because I don't have the translation ready. So let me go back and start a new article on Ghana Armed Forces, so Ministry of Defense. Okay. So there's an English article called Ministry of Defense. Alhaji Darajat, please go on. You have a question. You raised your hand. If you have a question, please go on. So I'm creating an article for Ministry of Defense instead of Yaya Seni. Are we all on one page? So I'm coming to create Ministry of Defense. So I have to first of all search it. I need to make sure it is the same heading like I have in English. So I checked to make sure the spelling is correct, everything is written correctly. Then I come to I don't know. Okay. So I'll search Ministry of Defense. Then I click on create. It takes me here. Then I select my visual editing. I've selected visual editing. Then I'll come and copy my content. One of us helped with translation, so I'll just paste it straight instead of typing everything. So I'll paste the information here. So what do I do? It says what? Pukumsi tuma do den su linjima ye to a nyela government tuma du shele den tuma nye den gure katare Ghana mulki kachere lirgu den yen yi Ghana be tinduya nina tuma duma tondana nye fukumsi bala mun su linjimanim yeto a Ghana mo kadi tuma du zoore be Ankara. Okay, I think he's referring to a description. Let me tuma du zo the nyala zo not zoore. So okay, so are we all clear with this Dagbani? Okay, so if we are clear, I will type. First of all, you have to repeat the Minister of Defense. So I have to use the Minister of Defense. Ministry of Defense. So then I click on what? At this point, I'll have to add a reference. We all know how to add reference now, but I'll still go back and add a reference. There's a reference here in the English Wikipedia. Yeah, so I have a reference here. I'll open the link. Oh. Oh, the link is a dead link. Okay, let me see. There's another link here, Ministry of Defense. Okay, so I have a link. Why have they used dead links? Well, this is how I'm going to do Ministry of Defense. I can just simply search it. Ministry of Defense. Then I search for my reference. Yeah. Sorry, my internet is taking a bit longer. So they have a website. I'll just copy the website link. I'll copy the link. Then I'll come back to the article. Then to add a reference, unlike the English, did we see that there was site here? Site. Here, there's no site. You have to come to what? Insert. So when I click on insert, I'll see what? Template. You click on template. When you click on template, you search what? Anytime you want to search something on Dagbani Wikipedia, because it's not live yet, you have to start with what? WP/DAG/ then you type what? Site. Site. My network is misbehaving, so it's not showing. I pray it comes soon. My internet is messing up. So this is how you search to cite articles on Dagbani Wikipedia. So it has come. Cite what? Web. When you begin typing WP/DAG/site, you see site Dagbani. You see what? Site web. Then you have to come here and look for the title of the article or the URL. In this case, I got this information from Ministry of Defense. So I will come and the title is what? Ministry of Defense, Ghana Ministry of Defense. Then I will come and type it inside Ghana Ministry of Defense. Okay, so that is the title. Then I would what? Insert. No, I shouldn't. That is. Let me go back. Let me go back.
Mr. Sadiq.
Yes.
I don't know. It's like my batteries. Some of us, our batteries are running down.
Yeah, so let me just add the reference so that you see how it is done. Most of you were having issues with the adding the reference. So you search for title, then come to show more to see myself. My internet is messing up, but I will show videos for all of you to watch, short videos to add like reference and other things. So my internet is misbehaving. This is how you add what? The template as a reference on Dagbani Wikipedia. but because the internet is failing me, I will just go ahead and publish first. Let me see if it will be able to publish. Then I'll describe what I've done. Created an article. So you always have to write a description. Then I click on publish. So yeah, I've just published the article, but because of the internet, let me come back now. The internet is stable. I need to come to edit, just like Khadija showed us. Then I click to add site. You will not see it here. If it's Dagbani, you don't see it because it's a test wiki. They've done it in a different way. So you come to insert, you come to template. When you come to template, you search WP/DAG/sites. You just type site. You will see site web. Then you click on site web. Then the title, I said what? Ghana. You select title, then type Ghana Ministry of Defense. Then I come to scroll down again. I'll see show more fields. ATA. I don't need to write the ATA. The date. I can put the date there if I want. The language, I can put the language English. The publisher is what? Publisher, Ministry of Defense. So Ministry of Defense is what? MOO. If it's somebody's name, you have to put the name of the person. But this is their own website, Ministry of Defense. And I put it like this. What else can I add? The date. Let me see if there's a date, just like Khadija was showing us. So this is the main page. We don't have a date, so I don't need to put the date there. Yeah, then URL. I have to click on URL. The URL, then I paste the Ministry of Defense their URL here. I'll copy it here. Then I come here and I paste the URL here. Then I click on what? Maybe if there are other things. Usually here you will see some of the things like if there's an author, you put the person's name, the year, in that order, access date, the date that the article was published. But in this case, I'm just using their own website. So I'll just click on insert. So if I click on insert, this is what happens. Then I click on publish, added reference, a reference. And I click on added reference. This is a minor edit. Then I click on publish. So this is where can we all see? I just added the reference, but to put the reference list here, you can put the categories. This is how you put the category. You search for the category. We have created categories. I'll show you that later. The available category. These ones are in Dagbani, so it will be difficult for you to understand. So this is where how you add a reference. I don't know if you are clear on what I just did.
Yes.
Do you have any specific question we can tackle?
Please, my network went off, and then I want you to go back on the reference more.
Okay. So to add a reference, just like this. Let me go to the next session. So assuming I'm starting a new session, Khadija has taught us all these things. You just click on heading, then I put maybe anything. Because I'm using a test wiki, let me just put test. Let's say I'm starting a test section, then I hit down, then I put my content, my article, maybe I've written it somewhere, or I'm now typing it. I'll just put everything there. Then let's assume this is my information. I copy the text, and I paste it here. To add the reference, you have to be here.
Okay.
Then you come and click on what? Insert. You come to template. You select template, then type WP WP/DAG/site. Now, what are you citing? Are you citing from a book? Some people were asking whether they can cite from a book. Yes. So for a book, you just come here, cite book. You click on cite book. Then you come to, it will show these things for you. The year of the publication of that book, the name of the author. So when you click on year, maybe the book was published in 2005, you put the year, no, you put it here, 2005. Then you come and select author. The author is who? Maybe Sadiq. Sahadi. Then you come and select, if they are co-authors, you add that, the date, the page number. If you want to add the page, can you see the page? Pages. Let's say you found the article in page 1 to 2. So you just type 1 to 2. That's where you found the information. So here you can see the useful things that you need. The date, maybe you have the full date of the publication, 21st, 0, maybe 1, and then you put what, 2005. So if you select date, you have to write it like this. Then you select add what again. There are so many things. The chapter, what chapter was it in the book? So this is how you add it. The chapter is maybe Ghana. I'm just giving examples, but these are how add those things. So once you are done with the necessary things, you know, for books, we are looking for publisher, author, date, pages, and year.
Yes.
We didn't add the editor. You can add the editor if you know the editor on the book, the publisher, the language. You can add English, Dagbani. Maybe the book was published in Dagbani. Sorry. You type Dagbani as language. Then the publisher. Yes.
Oh, you go on, because I think you go on.
So when you click on insert, all will show like this. I didn't put the title, sorry. So you put the title. Let me come back and put the title. Did you have any, you wanted to ask a question in relation to references or anything? So I'll just stop and ask your question, then I'll come back. If your question is in line with what we are doing currently, I can tackle that right now. So please go on.
You go on. It's okay.
Okay, so did we all see how to add a reference? Instead of cite on English Wikipedia, you just come to click, you click here, you add, you click on template, you search everything. We begin with what? WP/DAG/site. So you see cite a book. If it's a book, you click on book. If it's a journal, then from here you can see all of them. The first name of the person, the last name of the person. So the first name is what? Sadiq. Then last name is Shahadu. Then you select author. Yes, so the author is the same person, Sadiq Shahadu. You add what? The chapter. Chapter is called Ghana Defense. Then title. All these things, if it's Dagbani book, you definitely write them in Dagbani, right? Minister of Defense.
Okay.
You write everything in Dagbani. I'm just using this one as an example. So we've added the chapter. We have to add the publisher, maybe Sani. Then the what else? The language is Dagbani DAG. Okay, then when you are done with all this info, not all of them will be available for you, but those that are available, you just click on insert. Can we all see what has happened here?
Yes.
So this is how it will be. When I click on it, it's a link, but because I've not published it, this is how we add references to the Dagbani articles. And as Khadija said, yeah, I will not publish because I didn't do the right thing. I have to go back. You can use these things to undo, go back, go back, go back, go back, go back. Okay, so I've undone everything. This is all that I can say for now. If you have any questions, specific question, I think these are the same format we would be using for English Wikipedia, so nothing much to say.
My battery is running down. Maybe I might not get to the end of the session.
Okay, we are even done. So any question, we are done for the day. On the 1st of October, we will launch the contest. On the contest, we will tell you all the rules and regulations and more information. And as always, you can always hit me up on the WhatsApp group or personally if you have a specific question or you need a specific attention, you can always hit me up or Khadija or other Khadija, anybody. So we are done. If you don't have any question. Thank you so much for taking your time to participate. The video is available on YouTube. You can always go back to watch. And as I said, I'll be adding short videos as well. And let me see, we'll reimburse those who join this call. We'll provide data allowance for you all. So I'll take the screenshot of those who participated. Let me stop sharing my screen. Okay, so that is it. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate your time and your patience. I hope that you participate to win more of the prizes and learn from the community as well. Without much ado, I would like to say we are done. Khadija, if you have any addition.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sadiq.
Okay, I just want to thank everyone for staying on this call for this long, and I would like to urge everyone to do well and participate in the contest.
Ready for
We hear you, madam.
Abubakar. So the awards are what? 500, 500. You can win 1,000. You can win 1,500 if you like. Alhaj Darajat, you have a question?
No.
I see your hand up. Okay.
3,000 up for long. I already asked the question, but I don't know why.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Thank you so much. We are done. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you, public. Yeah.